Yo, what's up, guys? Thank you for joining us once again. We are officially 3 deep tonight. We're not 5 deep. Harmony is not here. Lee is not here. I don't know where Harmony is. She's out hunting, isn't she, or something? I don't know what she's doing there. Rodney, have you any idea what's going on?
You not roping me in.
Anyway, guys, for those people out in the world of You of the Tube, thank you for joining us once again. Don't forget to come on and leave some comments, ask us some questions. Far away, we'll do our very, very best to answer you. We're regrouping, guys, because yet again, we've been a bit shit. We do apologise. A lot of stuff's been going on in the world, isn't it, guys?
What do you mean? What's going on? What's going on over there in the UK?
Well, lots of shit's been going on in the UK. We've got Boris is gone. We've got a new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. Fucking hell, you thought Boris was bad. You wait till you see what she's fucking like. And we've got a new king. The Queen is officially gone. She's passed away. Rest in peace, Mom. And we've got King Charles III. So, yes, honestly, for about 2 weeks, it was just like consistently royal family stuff. And I don't know your views of the royal family over in the States. I'm not a huge royalist, but was there a lot of stuff going on over in the States? Was there a lot made up of it? Lots of talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, it was on the news, and one of the follow a content creator that is that focuses in on like the Sussex squad or whatever. So there was news in that sense, but I don't really pay attention to it too much. So,
what about down in Texas? Did you see anything down in Texas about it there, Howard?
Just whatever the news would say. Oh, it's somebody getting married, or whatever, the lady getting buried, and heard somebody like some big star had to wait 10 hours to go see the body, and I was like, or whatever that. I was like, okay, well, wow, kids starving around the world, and this guy had to wait 10 hours to go to see the.
There was people queued up for 15 hours, nearly a day, to go and just stand in front of the coffin, bow the head, show their respect, and walk out the other side. The average Joe, what's this here? The average Joe and J Mo show. That's a bit of a tongue twister. They said it was David Beckham. That was
whoever that is.
You guys know who David Beckham is?
Yeah, I know David Beckham, but that's my guy Corby. Okay, I didn't know he changed his name. That's Pastor Corby right there.
I like the name though.
Good evening. The average Joe and Joe Mo show. Cool. Right. So I have a few beers and say that a couple of times. It'd spin you right out. But anyway, guys, so we are regrouping. It is supposed to be our main man, Howard, in the hot seat again. But for some reason, we keep, these incidents in life keep happening, and we need to reform and regroup. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Howard, you'll be in the hot seat next week. We wasn't here last week because I managed to do my back in, and I've been off work for about a week. And of all of the times I've been lifting bags of cement and sand and all of the heavy things that we lift in life, no problem at all. But when you get to the age of 45, I'd say probably from 40 upwards, it can happen at any time. Taking the recycling out Sunday evening with 2 empty cola bottles in my hand, bent down, boom, back done in. I was out for the count for about nearly 2 weeks. So you guys experience any back pains at all in your days?
Yes, a lot. First of all, thank you, Average Joe and Joe Mo, for the comments. And no, do not be insecure about your show title. I think it's awesome. Don't listen to Mark.
I was going to say Mark is he wants to crush content creators, one channel at a time. So don't listen to Mark.
Is that my purpose in life? Is to destroy, to hunt these people down and destroy them?
Yeah, he wants to be at the top of the pile. So if you're under him, he wants to crush you. So
I will find you, I will hunt you, and I will kill you.
To answer your question, yes, I do get back pain. It runs in the family. So I wake up some mornings, horrible back pain, doing nothing, sitting down on the dang couch, and then I'll get back pain, and then it's several days to get back into it. So I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah. So anyway, how's your life been then? Because we haven't really spoken much in the last 2 weeks there, Rodney. How's your life been treating you? over in Connecticut?
I'm good, man. I've been struggling in the last couple of weeks, missing a couple of friends that are no longer here. And in those instances, it's really nothing that anybody can do or say to kind of get me out of that little funk. You just want to, certain times, you just want to talk to a certain person, and, they're no longer here. So it's really not much you can do. And it's not a knock on anybody, like in my life, nobody's fault or anything like that. Just struggling with that. But other than that, man, I'm just trying to push through, work hard, and get my rest for sure.
What about down in Texas? How's life treating you there, Howard?
That's good. It's good. It's gotten a little cooler. I guess it's maybe in the 80s or something today. And just what the deal is. Just working on the supplements.
That sounds crazy. It's getting cooler. It's in the 80s.
Oh yeah, that's cool here. I even got the sweatshirt on, but that's because we had the air conditioning on all night. So,
have you guys been having a bit of a hurricane coming through or something? I saw there. I know in Canada they've been, and around those parts they've been having a big, like a fucking hurricane coming through or something. Has that any of you hit you guys?
No, we don't get. I mean, we'll get hurricane, like the remnants of a hurricane here, because we're pretty far inland. It'll just rain and be some wind, and that's about a little bit of wind. But on the coast, though, like Houston, stuff like that, yeah, they can get hit with hurricanes.
Right. Okay. Well, let's crack on, guys. Let's crack on. I've been in that situation for the last 2 months now, and we was talking about this just before we went live, and I've noticed a lot of people, because I've been on TikTok doing a lot of stuff trying to get my following up to 1,000 people so I can go live on TikTok. And the amount of people on TikTok that I've seen in the last 2 weeks that have just been like, I can't be asked. I'm in a time in my life at the moment, for the last month, where I just cannot be asked to do anything. I go to work, I come home, I go to bed. I just cannot be asked to show up at all. And I've been feeling like that myself. I'm just trying to snap out of it. And it is hard to get out of it, isn't it? I think, is it to do with the change of seasons, do you think? 1 minute it's lovely and sunny, and the next minute, the leaves are falling off the trees and the fall's arrived and it's getting cold. Have you found that at all? You're in a bit of a sort of mood?
Okay, I guess I'll go. No, I don't get that. I mean, enjoy it.
That's the wrong answer. We'll go over to Rodney. Do you get it, Rodney? I thought we'll get all this out before Harmony rocks up, because she will properly kill us if she's
listening. I bet you.
She is listening. She's out there. She's watching,
making notes.
Yes.
It may be the changing of the season, but just sometimes you get in that place, and there's, like I said earlier, there's no knock on anybody in your life, but it's nothing that anybody can do to really, you kind of got to figure that stuff out and what's going on. But yeah, I know people that get they change personality season wise. I don't particularly about the season, but it could be just something that's on my mind.
I'm just watching there for Harmony, because any minute now, what's going to happen, don't you?
When you hear that little bloop in the background,
Just before that nuclear missile lands on the United States or the UK, that's the sort of sound that goes off, isn't it?
Duck and cover.
Let's see what's going on. I'm going to check the Voxer. I don't even see that she checked it.
Anyway, guys, what we're going to do this week is reforming. And I know there's only 3 of us here, but the last session we done a thing called Room 101. There's a program in the UK called Room 101, and what it is everybody brings a topic up, something that they would like to lock into a vault, lock it up in the vault, and never to be talked about again. Now, we're going to call it, because I don't want to copy this Room 101. We're going to call it Room 5 until we can think of a decent name for it. So we're going to work around the room here, and I'm going to let Rodney go first, and he's going to talk about an issue, right, for 2 or 3 minutes, however long it wants to be. He's going to talk about an issue that's bothering him, something that he's found pisses him off, that he wants to lock in that vault, shut up, and it's his job to convince us to lock that in the vault. So what's the topic, Rodney? What's going on?
Now, to be fair, you just came up with this topic like 20 minutes ago. So but I couldn't really think of a topic, but I did want a particular person and that would be that guy or girl that has a problem for every solution. I want to put that person in that box. You know, the it's a sunny day out, but skin cancer, that's a nice car. And yeah, but these car payments, that person that's like, it's doom and gloom every day, no matter what you talk about them. You talk about a movie that's out, they can tell you, the history is off in the movie, and they're going to tell you, the director's history and why they shouldn't have directed the movie, and the actors who shouldn't have acted. And, that person that constantly has a problem for every solution. And jump in, and then we can, you can stretch out to my 2 minutes, because that's what we really have.
So who is this person that you're talking about that's close to you then, Rodney?
No, it's not some person that's close to me. It's just that person in general. Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
Because there's obviously somebody in your life that every time you say something, time you say something, somebody wants to belittle you?
No, there's several people. There's several people that I deal with on a regular basis. And so I'll make it general. It could be work, or it could be in your personal life, that always, there you go, pisses in your Cheerios. Who Corby is, he was actually, before he would piss in your Cheerios, he would announce it, and he would say, "Hey, I hate to piss in your Cheerios." But so that's my guy right there. But yeah, that person that is just negative all the time. And I know that I get negative at some time.
Yeah, I can.
Right. But it's not a constant state. I'm not talking about the person who has something go on and, they're reacting to it and they're in a bad mood. I'm talking about the person that every time you talk to them, I work around several people that every time you talk to them, there is not there's not a subject that you can't turn into, the end of the world. And so I just want to put that person in a box. And what is the box called?
It is room 5, the vault in room 5. You want to lock them in the vault in room 5.
Lock them in there. Take your miserable ass and put your miserable big ass, your little ass, whatever you got, put your ass in there, lock them up. I don't want to hear from you no more. I got my own shit going on. I'm struggling myself, but I don't constantly harp on it.
I think we've all got that one person, haven't we? No matter how shit your life is, there's somebody there that, like, you go to in a room of people and you've had a really shit time. Like my bad back. I've got a bad back. I've had a bad back. And I'll go into this room and I'll say, "Oh, fuck me. My back has been terrible." "Oh, yeah, well, I've had a bad back all my life." Can you just give me a little bit of time here to just say how bad my back is? Just give me a bit of time. I don't give a fuck about how bad your back's been all your life. Do you know what I mean?
What I'm talking about. It's just no, they got a worse back, they got a worse story, they got a worse this, they got a worse that. So what? It's always something. And that person, like I said, they have a problem for every solution.
I like that. That's a good one. I do like that one. What about you, Howard? What do you want to lock in the vault in room 5?
Well, that was that's good, Rodney.
That is a good start, isn't it? That is a very good start.
I'm going to renominate Game of Thrones talk.
Is that the best you can do?
That's the best I could do. I'm going to pee in you guys' Cheerios and renominate Game of Thrones talk.
I'm not accepting that. There must be something. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go. Is that honestly what you was going to put in the vault?
I literally just thought of it like 5 minutes ago. I was like, let me put that one back in.
Right. Well, I'm not going to allow that one. I'm going to say mine, and we're going to come back to you at the very end.
Well, you got a problem for every solution, sir. Okay, this is my choice. Let me just have my choice. Okay.
All right. Oh, okay. All right then. Well, Game of Thrones is back. I think what you're going to do is you're going to keep on bringing up Game of Thrones until one day we give up and it gets locked in the vault and it's never going to be talked about again. That's your practice, isn't it?
I couldn't even get myself to watch. You told me watch an episode. I was like, didn't even watch an episode. Wasn't interested.
Flag on the play. Let's time you lock it in the vault. Can't ever talk about it again. Exactly.
Oh, that wasn't brought up. That was not stipulated in the rules.
Did no? I'm confused. Did we find one? Was one of the topics, or did all of our topics get locked in the vault?
No, one person that is watching. We just got to hope that at the end of the show there is one person actually watching, because one person in here is going to nominate the topic that one of us has brought up, and it will be locked in the vault.
Okay, but what about the last one we went through?
What do you mean?
Did we choose which one got locked in the vault, or did we say all of them did?
No, last time it was pronouns, wasn't it? Harmony's choice of pronouns. Harmony is winning the show so far, 1-0, with her pronouns.
All right, so Average Joe and Joe Mo in your face.
I'm gonna let Mama Howard talk.
Is she just Millie Rock?
Everybody, internet.
Hi, folks.
How's it
Hey.
going?
How you doing?
Listen.
Probably have juice in
Yeah, this is great.
You got to get
Hey.
up on the microphone and talk.
Hey, Mama Howard, what do we call you?
Rodney. Mark is in England. So you can
Oh, you're in England.
Good evening, Mom. How are we doing?
Great. Whereabouts are you in England?
I am in the southwest, a place called Cornwall.
Ah, have you ever heard of East Acton?
No. Whereabouts is that?
West side of London.
No.
Nope.
East Acton. No, I've never heard of that one. We'll have to hunt that one down. I'll have to go and visit it for you.
Okay, it's not that grand, but it was a nice place. We moved there in 1952
Brilliant.
and lived there for several years. And I went to school there.
Right.
Loved the schools. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I loved the house we rented. It was great to live in. Had the little bomb shelter in the back. It was all flooded, but we loved to play in it.
Did you lock Howard away in that?
I've been back at least 4 times.
Right.
Still remember where everything is. And of course, it's smaller, but that's okay.
tell them how great I am.
Say what?
Tell them how great I am.
There's a strange person sitting here who apparently has gotten lost in a parallel universe. And
Hey, could I ask you a question?
yes.
What are you doing on Mondays? I think we we found a replacement for Howard.
Oh, I'm going to get to replace Howard. Excellent. Oh, cool. Excellent. Except normally I'm napping at this time.
Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
I'm binge watching it now for the 4th time.
Brilliant. What do you think of it?
Hush, I can't hear. Senile fool, midget. Okay, anyway.
What do you think of Game of Thrones?
I loved it.
Yeah, because we was just saying to Howard how brilliant we think that it is, and that he should watch it, because he says that he's never watched it because he thinks it's rubbish.
Well, he's just a piece of crap. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You're going to be marked out of my will. Where's my pen? He's always acting up. Always acting up. And I'm trying to watch the House of Dragons now.
I've just started watching that.
And I don't know. I watch it. The worst thing I've seen so far is the Serpent Queen.
Tell them why you watch Game of Thrones 4 times. Tell them the reason why.
Oh, well, there's a very good reason to watch Game of Thrones 4 times. Jon Snow's butt. Man, that is great, man.
I was just about to say that, I've noticed with these programs, there seems to be an awful lot of sex involved.
Well, it's not really sex. It's just, I'm a nurse, retired. But what is this content? Content flashing. Oh,
what it is Rodney's laughing that much. He's just turned the screen off for a minute because he's laughing. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was some sort of liberal wacko or something.
Well, he is as well, but you know what I mean.
No, but I mean, I just, I'm a nurse. I'm always checking people around. I'll see them when I'm walking, and I'm always kind of scoping them out just to make sure they're healthy.
Yeah. So once you've seen it, once you've seen it before, it's all the same, isn't it?
Not really. There's a lot of it I don't remember.
Right. Okay.
You know, when you get 77, you don't remember a lot of things.
Yeah. When you get to 45, you don't remember a lot of things as well.
Well, I've noticed that. He says he doesn't remember a lot of things when he gets to 45.
Same here.
And you're 46, right? Yeah, he's a year older.
Mm.
He doesn't remember anything.
Mm.
And his father is 80, and he damn sure doesn't remember anything. He walks around with a face that he's just tuned out. He looks like Peppa Pig. He's just
So what do you think about the Queen dying here in the UK then? Was you upset about it, or did you not really care?
Oh no, I'm a tremendous Anglophile. And I knew it was going to happen someday. I mean, you have no choice. But it was a little I thought it was very well done. You know, I was extremely surprised that Harry and Meghan were there.
Mm.
Very surprised.
Mm.
And I don't, you know.
There's people saying here now that they're loving you. They're absolutely loving you.
Oh, well, that's because I'm from Texas.
What's it like living in Texas?
Hot.
Is it?
Very, very hot. And everybody on the highway thinks they own the highway. And they don't turn off their turn indicators. If they're going to turn left, huh?
They don't turn on the turn indicator.
No, they don't turn them off.
Oh.
They turn and they're still clicking for like 6 miles. And it's like you're flashing your headlights at them, like turn the stupid turn indicator off. And they just drive around constantly getting ready to turn left. And you don't dare pull out in front of them or you'll be destroyed. So you don't.
What's your favorite food in Texas then? Do you go to all these takeaways? Is there any takeaways that you like in Texas?
You bet. There's one place that they kind of call me their part-time vice president. It's a place called Taco Bueno. And I eat tacos with a lot of hot sauce on it. Very good.
Anyway,
Comes down.
we're actually getting away from what we're doing here now. We're having a little bit of a game, right? And it's called.
Okay.
It's called.
I'm very good at trivia.
Well, I'm hoping that you're going to carry on instead of your son, because what his comment was terrible. What we're doing, the game is called, over in the UK, there's a TV show called Room 101. And what it is if there's a topic that's going on in the world or something that bothers you, you get a chance to express yourself, tell the world what you think about that issue, and that issue then gets locked away in the vault and it never gets brought up again. So Rodney was saying that everybody knows somebody in their life that if you've got an issue or a problem in your life, there's always somebody that's got a bigger issue or problem in your life. You know, so like I've got a bad back at the moment. I can go into work and say, "Oh, I've got a bad back," and somebody will say, "Oh, yeah, well, I've always had a bad back all my life." You know, there's always somebody with a bigger issue than you. So that's what he wants to put is the topic to lock up in the vault. He wants to lock away that person that's always got a bigger issue than you, right? What would you put? What would be your topic that you would like to put up and bring up in behalf of Howard there? What would you like to bring up to lock in a vault so it's never talked about again?
Well, Howard doesn't pretty well talk about anything except girly clubs and things like that, but topless bars and stuff like that. But he only is interested in that because of human anatomy, and he's always looking out for other people. You know, you never know when you're going to see a girl that has a really bad boob and you just want to help her out a little bit, you know. But no, when you're talking about somebody running around who says, you know, they've always had a bad back and something like that, you know, I relate to that. Howard can attest, I've had a bad back for years, but my attitude is I can go out and find 10,000 people that are much, much worse off than I am in a lot of respects. It doesn't have to be a physical abnormality. It could be mental. It could be a financial. I mean, just any old thing. Their children have died or something.
Yeah,
I mean, that's hard stuff.
Howard, can you explain to your mum what she's got to do?
He wants you to explain to me what I have to do.
Yeah.
Isn't
So you need to pick a topic,
Okay.
and you can explain why you picked the topic. But that's a topic that, if it wins at the end, if one of the listeners choose it, you will never discuss that topic again. Like the one we had the first time we did it was talking about genders. Like, there's 20 genders.
Oh,
or 2
good
genders.
Lord, yes.
So you pick a topic.
Yeah.
You explain why you picked the topic, and then the hope is that if it wins, we never talk about that again.
Okay.
So go ahead.
If I had to pick a topic that would go in the do not bring up box again, it would have to be our current. Well, I mean, is it restricted? I mean, can you talk something with
it's
a
a-
slightly political ring to it?
Oh, it
Or
can be anything you want. Anything you want.
okay, I would have to say that our current alleged president, Grandpa Senile,
Sleepy Biden.
Sleepy Biden, yeah, Wacky Joe.
We're getting banned, but for sure.
If I hear him talk one more time about how we are so much better off than we were, and I go to the grocery store and I'm bankrupt, practically, from buying stuff that's 6 times heavier than it was, but he's totally out of context with people. I don't think he knows what planet he is on. He reminds me of one of the guys on Monty Python, talking about shrubbery.
What do you
But
reckon about that? What do you reckon about that then, Rodney? Old Sleepy Biden. Howard's mum. Howard's mum? What's your name again? Sorry.
Marcia.
Marcia.
Yes.
What do you think about what Marcia has to say there then, Rodney, being a fellow American? What do you think of old Sleepy Biden?
I'm rocking with Marcia on this. But I stopped listening and paying attention to politics in the last couple of years because it's just so crazy right now.
It
You
is.
don't know what's true, what's not. So I put my head down and live in my little world. But no, I rock with her on that. It seems like a crazy time right now.
Do you think then that the topic that Marcia's brought up about putting Sleepy Biden in the box in the room 5 and locking him up, do you think that's better than what Howard was going to bring up, which was Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah. Mom got the for her finger on the pulse. Howard is over here talking about Game of Thrones, and I don't know what he's talking about, but he clearly he hasn't listened to you and taken the blessings that you bestowed upon him and shared them out in the world. Marcia is what we need. Hashtag bring Marcia back to 5 Deep.
Yeah, Marcia for president, I reckon. What do you reckon? That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Well, at 77, I don't think I could do that.
Well,
I have difficulty remembering my neighbors' names.
Well, what about Mr. Biden? How old is he?
I think he's 79?
Who?
Joe Biden.
He's old.
Well, hell, your dad's 80.
He's old. As you say, he's older than God's teeth.
He is older than God's teeth. But I think he's younger, or 79.
So what was Howard like as a child then? Was he a well-behaved child?
Howard as a child was really good. It's hard to believe he was really good. We went to the movies a whole lot, and he would make fun of Superman. And
wait. He made fun. Howard made fun of Super. I want everybody in.
Yes.
I want everybody in the chat or everybody that ever listened to this to remember when you look at Howard, he made fun of Superman. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He did make fun of Superman. And when we saw Star Wars, he accused Darth Vader of having asthma.
Oh, here we go, Rodney. Here we go. This is stepping on your toes now, Rodney.
I mean, he's standing there, he's going, oh, asthma. And I thought, that's cruel. I mean, he can't help it if he's got asthma. I mean, come on.
Did he?
But no, Howard would sit in this thing called a snuggle egg. It's a little plastic cart with 4 wheels. It looks like a giant egg, and it has a seat cut out in it. And I didn't want him running around the house. Yeah, look at that great Star Wars
Tell them
things.
about my baby pictures, about the hair.
Oh God, that'll close us down. But he'd sit all day in that little cart thing watching TV, especially Emergency, where he'd wear a little fireman's costume and watch the firemen go. But I think the cruelest thing I probably did that should have really messed Howard up, but didn't. I often told him that when he was first born, he was a chimp. That he had hair all over him, his face, his body, everything, because that's what humans are. When they're born, they're little chimpanzees, and then their hair falls off, and then they become humans. Well, little fool idiot, believed me. And so I had some of his old baby pictures, and I took a marker pen, and I marked fur all over his face and body and everything. And I made up a fake baby book and told him to take it to school for show and tell, which he did. And his teacher she was ready to meet me. She said, I got to meet that woman. I got to meet her. So I showed up at the open house, and she said that was the wildest thing she had ever seen. And that Howard really believed it. He thought he was born as a chimp.
Is that why he's kept his beard today, do you reckon?
No, I think that's more or less because of his brothers. His middle brother, we always refer to him as a lay rabbi. I mean, he memorizes everything. He knows everything. He'd be great in a trivia contest, but he has this tremendously long white beard, always wears his yarmulke and everything. And my oldest son has great long hair that he wears back in a ponytail because he's a fanatic lover of, what is that show? The Headless Horseman thing.
Oh, yeah.
Washington Irving's story about the Headless Horseman. That's one of his favorite things in life. And
Knows a lot about history.
And he's an extreme history buff. So he looks like he just stepped out of 1776 with the quee and the right at his neck and everything. And he's got beard and long hair. So I guess Howard why not?
Say a nice thing about Dad.
The nicest thing I can say about my husband is, thank God he's got his own room and his own bathroom. And when you're married 58 years, you have the right to have a nice private bathroom and a private bedroom and all, but that's what keeps our marriage going is, I have my place and he has his place, and never the twins shall meet.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Well, Marcia, it's been absolutely an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
You're going to have to come back another time and have a chat to us because we've really enjoyed this tonight.
Well, we could do things like, we could do royal family trivia from way, 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 way back.
I won't be able to answer that. I'm not very much of a royalist myself.
Well, no, I mean, I go to trivia contests where we live because I enjoy the contests. And I once asked the guy on there, I says, why don't you ask what date Anne Boleyn was beheaded? That way our table can win. And he says, no, I can't do that. We don't ask questions that, people already know. So we'll never win. We just come in second and third. And that's it. But it was fun. And the gentleman on the right is Rodney. Are you in the United States, Rodney?
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, my deepest sympathies. Oh, you poor man. Well, being born in Alabama and growing up in Texas, If you're from the north, my friends, we frown on you. We don't like northerners because
Oh,
they come down and try to change everything with their sometimes liberal wacko ideas, and then we have to take them out to the lake and tie
chuck 'em in.
strings around them and throw them in the
No,
water.
we're not condoning criminal activity.
No, 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 no. If they sink, that's just tough T-bones. But that's the way it is.
Brilliant.
That's the way it is.
Well,
No.
time's moving on. Thank you very much for joining us there, Marcia. And
I
what-
really enjoyed this because I had just gotten the baby to sleep,
yeah,
and I had to get up because I was falling asleep. So now I'm
Well-
back awake again.
go and make yourself a nice cup of coffee or a cup of tea.
Well, tea I drink, but I don't drink coffee.
Right. Okay.
But I'll turn the waxy earphones back over to Howard.
Brilliant. Well, it's been great to see you. I know loads of people have been saying that you're brilliant and you'll have to come on again. So, like
Oh,
I say,
thank you. Thank
it's
you.
been-
I
it's been
enjoyed
nice
it.
to meet
Very
you.
fun.
honor to
Very
meet you.
fun.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you. You take care.
Yeah, thanks for wiping them off.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, guys, there we are. That's Howard's mum, Marcia. What an honor that was, Howard.
Hey, listen, we got to leave this comment up. This comment needs to stay up here. Just never take that off.
Well, it's my choice now, isn't it, to go into what I want to put into the vault.
Could you do me a favor before you do that? I need to go to a refill. I'll be back.
All right. Okay. Well,
Y'all
hurry up.
just talk some bullshit, and then I'll be right back.
She's wanting to see what the comments were.
Just curious.
A few people have said Marcia needs her own show. The average Joe has said I would subscribe in a second. Nonconformist is saying that you're doing a great job. And Nonconformist says, can Mum return? She has a vibe.
So in essence, she can't read because she's as blind as a bat.
Glasses are gone.
So basically, they're all saying that they love you and that you need your own show and you need, or at least come back on
Without you, Dad.
without my. Well, that'd be interesting if you brought Dad on.
Oh, God.
He would. I don't know. Could he figure out the microphone? I don't think so.
No, he wouldn't. He'd probably sit.
He'd sit on the microphone. Okay,
That's his own show of itself. There.
I guess so. I guess she's getting ready to go.
Yeah. So there you are. Is that your mum playing up to the camera, or is she always like that, Howard?
Yeah, she's exactly this. Exactly as you see.
Gotta go get my tacos. Bye-bye.
That's
You got
brilliant.
to go get tacos. You got to get tacos, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that on episode 5 Deep tonight, to be honest with you. Well, I think, to be honest with you, right, she could take over from Harmony. What do you think?
She could indeed.
I reckon what we'll do is we'll have to have her as a replacement. When Harmony can't turn up, we'll get her on as a replacement, and we'll have to give her her own war cry.
Maybe
Mars-
this is maybe my mom is what Harmony will be in when she gets to 77. All right, bye, Mom. Have a good one. Don't drive too slow.
Is she actually going now then, Howard? Is she actually leaving you?
Oh yeah,
No.
she's leaving. Little Sam's asleep, so she's heading out. It's time for her to get her tacos. So she's like, I don't care what's going on with you. I got to get my tacos. So
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well, my topic now, Rodney's back for the vault, right? Is I think as respect to your mum, I'm going to change it, right? Because what I was going to put in the vault was the Queen has passed away. It was such a sad, sad thing, right? But I think that the monarchy in the UK should be put in the vault because I think it's the end. It should be the end of the royal family. I don't believe that anybody in the world should be born into privilege. I know we're all born into privilege, and these people are born into privilege, and they, you know, when they don't want to be born into privilege, it's not their fault. But you know, having a big house, having 2 big houses, 3 big houses, you know, when they don't do bugger all really, that was what I was going to put in the vault. But because your mum is a royalist and she likes the royal family, I'm going to change something to put in the vault, and I am going to put in the vault, if I can, the TV show Friends, right? Now, when did Friends come out? It came out in the early 90s, was it? And, you know, in my opinion, it's had a good run. I don't particularly find it that funny. I know there's lots of people out there that do. They've sold millions and millions of pounds of DVDs and T-shirts and all that stuff. But guys, it was 25 years ago. It might have made you laugh the first time, the second time, the third time, but we're 25 years down now. And I turn on the telly and it's still there. And my missus loves it and she laughs about it. And me and the boys were sat there the other day, like looking at one another when Joey was making a joke. And we was just like, this really isn't that funny. And the thing is American comedy in the UK, it doesn't really do it. And I think it's the same over in the States. You know, I think a lot of our sarcasm, the British sarcasm, it doesn't really, you don't understand it. So I just think that, you know, it's 2022 now. I believe that the TV show Friends, it's had its day. It doesn't need to be on anymore. It should be put in the vault in room 5, never to be watched again. What's your views, guys?
I watch it from time to time. Besides the fact that it's alleged ripoff of a show called Living Single, which was originally a cast of black actors. But I mean, it's stuff that I see that's funny. And I just looked it up. It started in 94 and it ran to like 2004. But I mean, you know, if you want to put it in, go ahead. There's plenty of shows in syndication. As long as, you know, you don't go after some of my old shows, you know, then I'm okay. What was
your favorite character of Friends? And did you watch it in the day?
No, I didn't watch it. I don't know the characters like that. I just know, like, I probably watched a total of a couple of hours total of it, and it's just in spurts. I'll see something going on, and I'll just say, let me see where this goes, that type of thing. But I didn't watch it when it was on. I watched it actually afterwards. I would check it out a little bit.
Okay.
Now that it's in syndication and it go, you know what I'm saying? I'll watch it. I'll see something now and I'll you know, and something funny is funny for me. But I don't, shit, you could throw that away. I don't watch it. I don't care.
Well, we're going to carry on talking about this in a second. But what I want to do is I want the first person to just type the first. If there's one of you guys that's watching this that wants to choose what goes in the vault, right? Just type in comments, I want to choose. That's all you got to type in. I want to choose, and you will get the chance to pick who wins tonight and whose topic goes in the vault. So far we've got the person that is always, how would you describe it, Rodney? The person that's always
has a problem for every answer.
Yeah, the person that has a problem for every answer, right? You've got Marcia, who's standing in for Howard there, and her topic is Sleepy Biden. He should be put in the vault, shut up, locked in the room, never to come up again. And mine is the TV show Friends. I believe it's had its day. It's been going for 20 odd years or 19 years or 18 years. Rodney didn't think it was funny. He lives in America. He don't watch it. You know, if he doesn't like it in America, why should we think it's funny over here in the UK? So guys, how many people's watching this now, if you want to pick one of those, type in choose me, I want to choose, whatever like that, and we'll get you to pick. What's your views on Friends there then, Howard? Was you a fan?
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
I know of it, but I've never seen an episode.
So there we are, guys. There we are. You know, we're in the UK. We're bored of it. And you in the States, two guys here now, never even seen it. What was your favorite TV shows, may I add? Like, the equivalent of that?
Like I said, Living Single was one of my favorite shows. Martin, Cosby Show. These are all black shows.
What about the one with Arnold? What was that called? Different Strokes. Was you a fan of that?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I liked Different Strokes, Facts of Life. But you know, I think that was mostly because the people look like me. As a kid, you know, it was interesting to see people that look like you and had similar issues as you did. So, but those are actually not just because of that, but also they were good, funny shows. Jeffersons, Sanford and Son. Like, I look forward to turning the TV on and seeing people that look like me in similar situations as me on TV.
Right. Well, guys, come on. Lisa is going to be choosing tonight. She's got a hand in the air. So, Lisa, you are choosing there. Do you want Rodney's, the person that's always, you describe it, Rodney, because I've forgotten what it was already. The person that's always had a harder life than you or something.
A host of the show that doesn't remember what I contribute to the show. I'm going to put it in the box. No,
What's your name again?
You know what I mean? No, it's somebody who has a problem for every answer. That was mine.
Right.
Marcia's was Joe Biden. And with Joe Biden, if we put him in there, we're going to put like the gas prices, the food prices. I know it's not necessarily his fault, but because he is the leader of the free world, blah, blah, blah.
No, I just think it's Sleepy Biden. She wants to put Sleepy Biden in a box. That's what she wants. And
So we can't put the gas prices and the prices of eggs and chicken and ground beef and all
No,
that.
it's just Sleepy Biden, him in the box.
All right,
Or it's me with the TV show Friends. Friends has had its day. It should be put in a box, never to be watched again. So Lisa, that's your choice. Type in Friends. Right, yes, right. Let's put this up. What does it say? What's she put here now? Yes,
Put the
put that
grumpy
grumpy person in the box and lock them up. Have you got anybody in mind there, Lisa? So there you go there, Rodney. Right, your topic goes in the vault in room 5. It's locked up and we're never going to be talking about it again. So you have got the point this week. Thank you very much, Lisa, there for contributing. You've got the point there, Rodney. What do you want to say about that?
My internet is acting weird. It broke up a little bit. What'd you
Well,
say?
my internet goes out too, Rodney. So, it's not all about you.
On that note, I think that's an absolutely brilliant way to end the show, guys. Thank you so much for all the people that's watched. It has been a classic show tonight. Really, really enjoyed it. I kind of wish that there was more people watching, to be honest with you, because Howard's mum is an absolute legend, and you never know, she might pop up again.
Gold.
Absolute gold. So it's been great, guys. Thank you very much for watching it. If you're new to it, please like and subscribe, and click that bell or whatever they do on YouTube. And next week we will have Howard in the hot seat talking about Howard.
Hopefully.
Before we do go, is there anything that you would like to bring up?
Howard's Blend plant-based protein powder is now restocked. I would show it, but I'd have to carry like a 30-pound box, and it wouldn't really show up too well on the camera. It's fully restocked, so please order. Howard's Blend on Instagram. There's a link there, and it will take you right to the Shopify store to order some. Please order
Marcia
some.
has just delivered it round in her car. That's what she's been round for. She's locked it in that cupboard at the back of Howard, and she's gone. She's gone to get her tacos.
Yep, that's it.
On that note, good evening, guys. Good evening to all you people that's watching. Have a safe week. Look after yourself. Stay safe. Stay classy. And until next time,